What's up, everybody? We're actually live this time. We've been sitting here for 6 minutes talking to ourselves. It helps if I hit the go live, but that's on me. I'm your host, the Appalachian American. What's up, everybody? To my immediate left is my good friend in studio, Tommy Gunn.
You're fired.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Sitting behind me is my good friend, Randy. Coming all the way in from Australia, the author David Applegate.
G'day, start again. G'day, friends, air conditioners, and other cool units. Welcome to another men's room.
All right,
Take two.
Channel Dad Brian Lape. He's the Channel Dad.
I'm still drinking the raspberry bird dog whiskey. But you forgot our friend in Arizona.
All right. Well, last but not least, he's the Knight. He's the Anime Knight.
Greetings, everybody. Also, Kathleen Kennedy, you owe me money, you bargain basement skank.
Ooh.
Well,
She
all
was a
right, that was
bargain
dirty,
basement
but okay.
skank. She was a bargain basement skank back in Indiana Jones too.
I wouldn't be
She was
surprised.
one of the dancers.
I would not be surprised if Disney kicks my door in right now. I would not be surprised. Be like, how dare you insult our queen?
Well, they fired one of their queens.
Did they?
Victoria Alonso. She's an LGBTQ.
LGBTQPPLMNAFO. I'm going to get canceled for that.
Oh yeah, and I
We'll have
did.
to have Two-Spirit for our Canadian friends.
That means you're gay.
Yep, she's gay. And she got up on stage at GLAAD and ran Disney into the ground saying that she was fired because she refused to do edits for Qatar on the upcoming release.
Oh.
Well, all
But
right, then.
didn't she do a whole bunch of edits for the last 20 years for Qatar?
I don't know. So
Come on, Seth. You got to get past the blown opening. So, what do we want to talk about?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about? How's your week been? First off, who wants to go on it? Anybody? How's your week been?
Who am I?
Yeah, he's our guest. You should put him in the middle.
I was talking earlier about having a really bad day, and
Is his mic on?
Yeah.
can you hear it?
No, I can't. I can only hear you through Seth's mic.
No, I can hear you just fine.
All right, that must be me. Keep going. Sorry, Randy.
Well, it's,
Sorry, Randy.
I feel like a guy in a wheelchair in a house fire at the top of the stairs. That's what I feel like. It's been a rough week. You know, somebody pushed me down the stairs already to get this shit over. Oh, sorry, get this over with.
I'll turn my microphone so that way maybe it is picking up a little bit of Randy.
Yeah.
My mic's like super omnidirectional kind of. Hang on, let's see. It's set for Rode pod mic. His is set for condenser, and mine's set for a pod mic. So.
All right. No, I was hearing him better as he was speaking.
The audio balance is really bad because he's soft. Everybody's louder. So mine keeps sliding way down because everybody's so loud. But when he speaks, that means I've got to turn the mic back, the speakers back up to normal.
Yeah. I think our issue is Tommy's mic.
Really?
I think
always
so
Tommy's
because not with that again. That is because I'm getting I'm seeing a signal that something's not quite connected right.
Oh, let's see here.
And that is a El Cheapo.
All right, talk.
I don't think I hear anything right now.
Sounds pretty clear.
It's got to be his microphone. Man, you should have let me mute that. All right.
Is that better?
I think so.
All right. Well, I just had a bad connection.
You could have. Anyway,
Still working out the bugs.
we are, man. This is the first time I've had 3 people on one setup, and for some reason, StreamYard, the private chat, wants to keep notifying me that there's a private chat that I'm missing, but I don't see any. So,
Hey, Tommy and Sup, guys. That's it. Myself and Anime Night are the only two I see
What do you mean?
in the private chat.
Yeah, but it gives me a notification of like one. I'm like,
Oh.
well, okay, whatever.
Das tut mir aber leid. So
yeah.
well, I will tell you this: the part of Tennessee where I'm in, it's like nothing's going on, man.
Yeah, well, where we are in Virginia, nothing's really going on. I think the only thing going on is like in big city areas where there's kinds of craziness.
Yeah. There was an insurrection in Nashville. Did you see that?
I saw that. The news ain't covering it,
Yeah, I did. Well, they don't care.
They want,
Well,
see,
it's
the
their
thing
side.
is, the Fed is about to take all of our money out of our bank account. So they need us looking over here while they do something over here.
Oh, of course.
Yep, 4.7 trillion in new taxes, massive bailout,
Fed now is
And-
coming.
and with the pending collapse, the first thing they've got to do is keep you distracted long enough so they can pin it on Donald Trump.
Shiny object. Look. Racism.
Yeah. Of course, transphobia, the backlash to the trans shooting, Day of Vengeance. Elon Musk is deleting all the tweets.
Well, let me tell you, around here, the good old boys is ready. But to get to me, they got to come out where their cell phones don't work. I don't see them coming that far. So,
Yeah.
is he muted?
Yeah, I'm muted.
Okay, I saw you talking. Do you want us to just keep ad-libbing, or what do you want?
You might want. I mean, I don't care. Whatever. What do you want to talk about? Because
I don't
I'm
know.
having an issue with
I'm gonna
like.
have to go for more whiskey soon. We could sing the song, but
See, at this point, I'm trying to hook 5 speakers up to my computer at once.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm wondering if it's too many speakers.
Time. I think. All right.
you got. Oh, never mind.
Definitely picking up. Like when Tommy talks, everybody's mic's moving.
All right, so let me try to turn this. Let me just unplug this.
No,
I wonder if it's
too close. We're all too close.
Yeah, when you get closer to your mic, Tommy, you're much better. You might need to get close and speak softer, so it doesn't carry. Your voice doesn't carry.
So do you want me to talk like this?
That's awesome. That's perfect.
See, everybody up here is connected through mine. Their camera, like their phones, are their cameras, so we've got them muted. So everything's being fed through my soundboard, and that's why we're all like super close. I guess this would work better if
And so you're on the newer mic, though, right? So
yeah, my mic is newer.
that's at a
Tommy's
high impedance.
mic is I'm keep getting registered from Tommy's mic. Tommy's mic is picking me up. Like he must be like
Is
his,
mine too hot?
Yeah, it might be. I can't quite tell what it is, but is it a low impedance mic?
I don't know.
Is that better?
Well, I haven't changed anything. I'm trying to like try now.
Is that better?
Yeah.
But
But,
when
yeah.
oh okay. See now when I talk it's only just
You.
it's just me.
Okay. Well, I've had this mic since we started the podcast.
All right, so now when you talk, the only ones that are picking it up is mine and Randy's.
Mine ain't doing it at all.
You ain't getting
Yeah.
nothing.
It was good, and then now it ain't.
How about now?
That's better. Is that picking up everybody though?
It's just me and him, and I'm actually when I'm talking when I'm talking loud, it's picking up everybody's.
Yep.
So we'll just have to like talk. But see, even when I'm doing like this, I can still see Tommy's microphone's picking this up. This sucks, dude.
I know how
Now, I
hard
wonder
difficult
if
is in
you
radio.
go and just turn mine down on the site.
No, because it's all coming through one. How about this? Is this any better? Or are we all lower?
Let Randy speak.
But I was promised I could listen to the radio at a reasonable level between 1:30 and 2.
And the squirrels are married. Don't forget that.
All right, I'm gonna unhook my mic and then see if we can hear better. If it's still picking up.
It almost sounds like Tommy's mic is adjusting, and then when he talks loudly, it's pulling back.
I don't know. All right, you can do it.
All right, is that better?
Did you unplug it? I've got you muted.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, so there's
The bugs of a live
Tommy's-
broadcast.
Yeah, I know, man.
It's all right. We'll figure it out. We call Justin.
Yeah, I'm still.
He'll be
getting
like,
it.
well, man, up on the back side of the microphone, there's this purple button. You don't want to push that one, but the green one next to it, if you push in and twist, then it'll be better. I know it's a horrible Justin. Sorry.
I don't know.
So, all right, we took Tommy's mic out.
Now, can y'all still hear me?
I can hear you.
You need to talk more towards that way.
Is that better?
This is what I wanted to get here like 8 o'clock.
I know.
I know it was him. He's the one that couldn't do it until 8:30.
Hey, what happened the first time we tried this?
You were gone by now.
Yeah.
Anywho, all right, let's try this from now. All right, so I mean, I'm still coming through your microphone, which I don't understand why. It's weird. Anyway, how are you?
Why? What do you got in mind?
$20 is $20. I'm sitting here like.
I am not looking forward to setting up on the PC.
What?
Let's get one of the talking points talking. And Leif, you're in charge. We're going to try to figure this out.
Hey, let's talk about Ike Perlmutter. Is that what his name is? Got canned. Why did he get fired?
All right. You guys can tell me who he is.
He's something of Disney.
So many people got fired. That's the problem.
We're going through a lot of layoffs, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney's going through a lot of layoffs. Reportedly, I believe EA's doing it, Activision's doing it. There's just a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on right now. I mean, EA deserved it to be quite honest, and E3 got fucking canned. Not sorry for that one because it's been from 2019 up until now. It's been like really fucking lackluster. Meanwhile, you got PAX East and a few other conventions going strong. But it's a damn shame because everybody loved E3 back in the day, and then EA. Well, we all know what EA is, a fucking joke.
EA killed the video game industry with live service. At first, they made a lot of money with all the gambling addicts on Five for Football and microtransactions, all the pay to win. But but you look at the collapse. It's well deserved. All these people, you buy a game, you expect to be able to play it, and they just cut you off after a year.
Yeah, imagine if I was the people who made the original, if I was EA and I saw the original Dead Space remake outselling the original, I'd be fucking fuming.
There's a lot of unauthorized remakes selling well on Steam right now, and they're trying to cut them all. They're trying to cut. I'm thinking of giving up Steam, Epic, and all the other. If I can't get the entire installer, I'm not playing the game. because they can cut you off at the knees, and even with live service, right? You buy a game, and it installs a package which pretty much shuts the game down as soon as their servers go down. Ubisoft does it, EA does it, Epic does it. I'm not buying any of their games. That's why
Ubisoft is a fucking joke. I mean, their greatest cash cow was Assassin's Creed, but before that it was Rayman. Hey, why not remake Rayman from the ground up with better controls, you fucking bastards? Give us a remake of that original game. I'll be happy. Two was like better. 2 kicked the shit out of the first one.
Yeah, I had the original, I had the remake, and I had Rayman 2.
Actually,
Rayman 2 was the best.
There's a guy who completely remade the entire first Rayman game from the ground up and fixed all the problems. I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me, but it was good. And I'm like, okay, I can get behind this. And of course, MW2 is suffering very badly. No surprise there, because again, it's Infinity Ward, one of the worst fucking companies on the planet. Everybody craps on Sledgehammer Games and Treyarch, but if you look at the track record of Infinity Ward, they had the worst selling Call of Duties out there from the very hilariously downvoted Infinite Warfare up until now, rightfully so. Bobby Kotick should have been fired because of all that shit.
Now, EA is the worst of the lot. Their net revenue was negative 5.5 billion, and that has actually increased. So their losses have actually gotten worse. All their income pretty much mostly is live services, and they lost the most money on that.
We owe DICE a huge apology right now.
But here's the biggest kicker, that you taxpayers, thanks to a $3 billion tax benefit, they made a profit.
Well, I guess it's time to drop the betting boards and figure out which gaming company is going to tank first.
EA, they're the biggest loss, although Ubisoft is not far behind.
I swear to God, the only thing that would probably save Ubisoft is if they just went back to the Rayman series and redid it from the ground up. That would sell. They have all the assets and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, their annual profits jumped 198% because of a tax benefit from the US government. That's it.
They should learn from what Sega was doing with Sonic. They should have just stuck with that. But and also Assassin's Creed, those are the 2 best games they ever made, and unfortunately they tried other things and it failed miserably.
Battlefields.
Oh God, don't get me started.
I'm curious if they were running your laptop just because you've had that hooked up with your PlayStation.
That was a huge sound jump.
And it doesn't do that.
Yeah. Do you guys hear everything sound all right?
Yeah, that jumped real high.
What did?
Tommy's loud, much louder, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're fine.
No, you're good. You're good.
Talk. Keep telling me continuously talk.
All right. A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Now that we established that Tommy did not graduate from kindergarten.
I'm just talking about the alphabetical people.
Yeah, so now that we're 19 minutes in, we can really get into some juicy topics because YouTube algorithm is probably going to be like, "Hey, we don't care about these guys anymore." So what about this Day of Vengeance we keep hearing about? And let's not try to say the TRANS word because the YouTube overlords don't really like that.
Yep, yeah. You see the T word.
So we can't say transcontinental.
Not the railroad.
Speaking of the continental, speaking of the Continental, they got a John Wick 5 has a possible release date. Well, it's not actually John Wick 5. It's a spin-off.
Yeah.
And they want a release date of 2025.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that's not far off. That's doable.
Didn't they shoot that continuously? Like,
yes, they shot part of the movie already. They've admitted that. Yes, but but they weren't sure they weren't sure. They stopped filming because they were worried about the John Wick release not making money. But now that,
how would that not make money?
I mean, enough to continue.
Oh, okay.
Because of the economic downturn, they were worried that it would affect them immediately. Because they saw EA and Disney and all these other companies posting huge losses. Zachary Levi's having a huge meltdown on Twitter over the bombing of DC.
Dude, his
movie
is in the dumpster.
Yeah,
that movie was bad. Randy, you are staring over my shoulder, making me feel real uncomfortable.
Actually, that's where Seth Rogen's TMNT movie should be, in the trash.
And I hate that because I like Zachary Levi and I wanted him to do good, but it's like he's made this movie, and I have a full disclosure. I'm giving Tommy my tablet whenever he leaves here, because I want to be able to watch movies without having to pay for it. I'm gonna gain a wooden pirate leg and get a pirate to sit on my shoulder, and then we're gonna just sail the 7 seas.
That's why.
Now, but is it Zach's fault that movie's horrible, or is it?
I don't know. He didn't do much to help it.
Okay. Well, the thing is, he's sort of taken the lead in the marketing, and I think he's actually, what is he, a co-producer or something on it?
Oh, okay.
Well, I see it like this. If he could be a very talented person, but like, let's say you're drawing something, but you only get to draw 3 lines, and then someone else gets to tell you how to draw the other line. That's going to be a crappy picture, no matter what you do.
Well, according to, so I was listening to Mahler's breakdown. The movie's only like 2 hours long, and Mahler's breakdown was like 7 hours. Now, I listen to that at work, by the way. Randy, don't tell my boss, okay? Randy works with me.
That's true. I don't know what I'm supposed to not tell your boss.
Don't tell him I'm watching YouTube on company. Just I think they do watch. I don't know.
They're watching with you, yeah.
Anyway, hey, you know what? I bend over backwards for my boss because he does me good. So, man, that sounds really.
Yeah.
That means you gay. Stop while you're ahead.
Getting the raises now, don't I?
That didn't come out right.
Stop while you're ahead.
That didn't come out right.
Allegedly. I'm kind of retarded.
my boss will come in Monday and be like,
Guess what, motherfucker?
No, he just comes in and his internet cord's missing a foot.
Seth, I don't think I'm going to be bringing in my application tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to come.
Oh man. Anyway, listen, I'm a good employee. My supervisor really likes me. I don't do anything to earn that other than work really hard. I'll say that. All right.
Allegedly.
Everything that man just said is a complete and utter.
Well, right here.
Everything that guy just says is bullshit. Thank you.
I gotta keep saying I'm gonna cut it down when I forget.
I'm a hard worker and his boss is hitting the button hard.
It's gonna be in the comments like, what the?
What the beat?
How many times have you been Employee of the Month, Seth?
Never. We've never had Employee of the Month. However, I have 9 years of perfect attendance. I have never missed a day. I have never been late. I have never left early.
See, my track record looks like a train wreck.
Yeah.
I can't. Well, I have been getting on early, but usually leaving about 5 minutes early is usually a good thing for me.
You know what? I'm going to send Justin a message. How can I make sure that all these microphones? Because this sucks.
So, all right. So, to our guest,
Yeah, Randy, go ahead.
I saw that you pulled up in a Dodge. What's wrong with Ford Chevy?
That means you're gay.
I guess there's really
Actually, it'd be hilarious. Oh, go ahead.
gay people have to have something to drive to.
Oh,
Jesus.
Nah, I'm just saying.
Look
It was
to
a
there.
nice looking truck. What year is it?
That's what a Prius is for.
That's
Emotional damage.
2014. Oh, wow.
just rolled 90,000 on it.
Mm.
That's it's a fun truck to drive, but it's way too big.
Oh, it's like my dad. He has the extended cab with the 8-foot bed, and it's like driving a bus. Like you got to plan where you're going to park.
So do you guys ever follow actual news like NASA, outer space?
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're down for anything.
have you noticed?
Golly.
Gary,
That means you're gay.
back to the moon,
Yes.
and do you know why that is?
No.
The aliens told us not to come back.
Well, the spy balloon told me that. The Chinese have discovered helium-3 in pretty good quantities on the moon, and last week they brought back the first sample of glass and beads that contain water, and there are trillions of gallons of water on the moon.
Oh, wow.
Trillions.
It's not just any water. It's an isotope of hydrogen.
That's correct. There are 3 types of water on the surface of the moon. One of them is a very thin membrane that covers the entire moon. It's 1 to 2 molecules thick. It's a really odd place. We've been ignoring it for too long. We've got to get up there quickly if we're ever going to get off this planet and go other places. But yeah, it's very, very interesting. Chinese have gone there, brought back actual crystals of the helium-3, and that material can power. Those small crystals can power a city like New York for about a year.
Oh, wow.
It's an almost limitless supply of energy, and
So-
it's clean.
So, do you think that's what's stopping us from advancing as faster? Is because we're only using the stuff we have on our Earth instead of just going to space and moon and stuff that would advance our technology?
Well, it really looks like a puzzle setup for us. The more we get advanced, the more things we figure out, the more it looks like these are deliberately placed stepping stones for us to use to advance ourselves off of this planet. I mean, how could it just happen to have trillions of gallons of water and a power supply that we can never exhaust? And we didn't know about it until recently. So it's a really
You look at other moons; they're rocks. You look at they have a higher radar return than the moon does, except for Phobos. Sorry, there's 2. Europa and Phobos are the only ones that have a equal density to the moon. All the others are much higher density.
Now, I got a question because y'all might know this. So, I heard, I can't remember which planet it was. I want to say Mars. That they've actually, on the surface, you can see scrape marks where their moon has actually touched the planet and scraped across it a couple times. Is that true? Because they said eventually it's going to collide with it.
No, I think that's okay. There's a couple of moons of Saturn that clearly there's debris between them. There's either an old moon between them or something where Io has collided with something because it's got an odd flat surface on it. Now, the other one is, well, I think the recent one published with great marks was actually the moon of Pluto.
Maybe that's it.
and I think they at some point had something hit between them because there's equal markings. So either they were once one object that had something carved through it, or they had something like a volcanic eruption and it hit the other one.
Now,
The
can a
popular
moon
theory is
have
that-
a moon?
Sorry, which one?
Can a moon have a moon? Like,
It's called a secondary satellite. Yes.
okay.
It can. I think Europa's the only one known that had a secondary satellite. I don't think it currently does. I think it got knocked off orbit by a comet.
But so, if you're right about this, do you think they'll share their findings for free energy?
No, China has never been in the share business. They're in the accumulate business.
They're not going there for us.
Well, and I completely understand that. But if it's free energy, not saying they're going to share their resources, but will they share their findings, like their information at all? You think
They'll share a part of it and use it as disinformation and not tell us the real stuff, just like with the flu.
Yeah.
They tell us what they want us to know, but people whose job it is to find out the truth, they know. They just don't tell us. You know, it's we need to go up there. We need to go up there fast.
Well, I was shocked when they told us that when they were talking about going back to the moon, they said we're going to start all over. We've lost all that technology, and it's going to take us.
Yes, Obama. I know it sounds bad, but Obama destroyed the lunar archives.
Oh, is there? Why though?
Because they wanted to fund black housing, so they took all the money off the lunar archives and shut down the system.
So the information's still out there. It's just
no. They took it apart. They took it all apart. The entire archive, everything. They took it apart. They sold it all. They sold the land, everything. They dismantled the computer. And the thing is, the computer that calculated all the moon, it wasn't like a normal computer where you store the data on tapes. The computer was built specifically. It was all solid. So once it was pulled apart, that's it. That all those algorithms were lost. Whoops.
We're all still here.
Tommy. All right. They pulled the computer apart. They calculated the moon trajectories and everything.
Another fuck up brought to you by the Nobel Peace of Shit Prize winner, Barack Hussein Obama.
Yeah. They tried to preserve the computer, but NASA were told to shut it all down. They wanted to fund housing with it. That's,
in order,
which ironically is what shut down the lunar program in the first place, was all the protests over black housing back in '68.
but the one thing I noticed on the news that Obama wanted to make sure that it got destroyed properly, so he hired Hillary Clinton to do it.
Something was leaked, wasn't it?
Yeah,
All he had to do
it's
was say he had
sledgehammers.
evidence. He said, "This is your back." All he had to say was, "We found the backup server." just.
But
I'm Barack.
Oh, you
I'm
know,
gonna
he
keep
kept
fucking you folks and fucking you.
You know, he's got all the data on Hillary. That's why she doesn't say boo.
Right. Okay. Hey, check. So we did away with the other cameras, hoping that drops off our issues with Wi-Fi. I think that was our problem that was dragging the internet down. So hopefully that'll work.
Do you want me to cut my Wi-Fi off?
If you want to, I don't think you're connected to us, are you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So we'll just do like this, and hopefully everything will work out. So far, it seems all right.
Also in the news next week is the Mario movie release.
Do you think that's going to be a $1 billion movie?
It's shaping up to be. I did look at the seating. We have 3 sold out for 3 days of that. So, in retrospect, it looks like it's on its way to $1 billion. Give it time, but it should have a box office success if Seth Rogen can shut the fuck up for 5 minutes.
You know he won't. He can't.
No, he won't. He can't handle. He can't contain himself. He is so fucking pissed. It's like, I'm not a voice actor. I don't voice characters. Bull fucking shit, Seth Rogen. Then what was a Sausage Party? Huh? Tell me another one, Seth Rogen.
What's gotten into him? He used to be so chill. In the last 6
Well,
months,
he
he's just
jumped
gotten
on.
angrier.
Well, he just hates himself. He jumped. He thought he would jump on the woke bullshit, elevate his quote unquote prosperous career. Reality, everybody just turned against him and insulted him and made better comparisons than him, and his track record is abysmal. I feel so bad for people that had to work with that fucking clown.
I think he was losing a lot of audience to Andrew Tate, and I think he and others helped conspire against Andrew Tate to create the Me Too.
Well, speaking of Andrew Tate, he's back out.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he got out today.
Oh, we gotta mention who got released.
Yeah, his lawyers made it. His lawyer got him out, but what about his brother?
Yeah, they both got out.
Oh, both got out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're saying the charges against them were fabricated. That people paid these women to make accusations because one of the women who supposedly was trafficked said that she came to Romania. He didn't bring her to Romania. She was in Romania. So
that's all I got. Oh wait, I gotta.
Guess who got released?
Yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
All right, so yesterday, you guys remember seeing the January 6th?
Yes.
Erection.
Buffalo Boy. They free the buffalo.
The Buffalo Boy. So we can't really say like the letter number 17 because YouTube hates it. But yeah, here's another thing. This drives me nuts. All right. Everybody's heard that conspiracy theory, right? The number 17 stuff. All right, if you hear anybody say
17 and on.
No. See, what we'll do.
Hang on, hold on. I got it right here. I got it right here. A banner. I'm gonna make a banner.
All right.
If you guys see this in the media, this person knows nothing what they're talking about. That is not the name of it. That's not the name. And if anybody in the media says this right here,
they're a clown.
Just discredit what anything because they don't know it. They don't know what they're talking about.
They're clowns.
They are. It's totally clown talk. Now, if in the media says if anybody you know says this, they know what they're talking about.
Yep.
So the fact that what's his name? Jacob Shamley,
yeah. Chamley.
All right.
Yeah.
He even said that it was the Anon version. He knows nothing what he's talking about. He has no clue about anything going on. He's just
he was recruited by a guy who turned out to be working for a group known as Insurrection USA, which is an offshoot of BLM.
Do you mean Erection USA?
Yeah, that's the one. But we have.
Oh, wait, crap! Wrong button.
We have what we said. I mean, we have what 6,000 hours of footage that was left out of the J6 committee, which ironically 600 pages left out of the Trump indictment.
Okay, if they can release the footage, then release the footage of the Oklahoma bombing. How about that? Let's do it, Washington. Release those fucking tapes that you have.
Hey Seth, is your soundboard hooked up by USB or is it plugged up?
USB.
Now, is it doing
No,
it by
they
the
won't,
extension
because,
or directly to the computer?
Directly to the computer.
Because of federal involvement. I know federal involvement. They have the quote unquote John Doe #2 and the fucking clowns running. They gotta keep Timothy McVeigh as the bad guy. Pay no attention to the other guy run away from the truck.
Pay no attention to the fact that pay no attention to the fact they scrubbed Timothy McVeigh's records a day after the Freedom of Information Act request. Or pay no attention to the fact that the Whitewater documents were in that building.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling, but getting back to Mario though, I have a gut feeling it's going to hit between 500 million, close to a bit, if things go good. But I have a feeling, those fake ass journalists are going to be stirring the pot and miscrediting and do everything they can. So get ready for that. Get ready for those paid clowns who don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Do you think, however, this is the big? We are actually seeing the end of superhero movies.
They'll quit it for about 15 years and then it'll come back out for the next generation.
Well, yes and no.
It'll be like Star Wars. They'll probably trickle out. They've decided they'll trickle out content, but they're going to reboot it in 10 to 15 years.
Just like the Hulk series, the TV series. I remember watching as a kid, and then when I got around teenage years, that's when the Hulk movie came out, and I'll probably, to get a decent Hulk again, I'll probably be in my 50s.
Yeah, they're not going to. I mean, they're not going to admit that they made mistakes. Really, they're just
I say yes because look at the success of John Wick. Look at Sonic 2. Look at the coming Mario Bros movie. They are kicking the shit out of Marvel, Star Wars, and everything. They're flocking to the new stuff, which is great and everything. And it's a change. It's a slow change of the guard. However, I have a feeling that Guardians of the Galaxy might break even if I have to take a wild guess. Because I did see the trailers and everything, and I have a feeling that movie might break even.
Yeah, I think people are going to see it because it's the end of a trilogy.
Yeah, and I'm not discrediting everybody on that whole cast and everything. They all did a terrific job. I have a feeling it's good. It's going to break even, probably make a bit of a profit about that margin if I have to take a wild guess, which is fine. Which is fine.
I feel sorry for the fans though, who they've had to wait.
Oh, absolutely.
They've had to wait a long time between movies originally. A lot of the movies were bad. Then they had a really good run, and they thought this was it. We're not going to get any more bad movies, and they start injecting instead of, with bad movies like in the past they were just poorly made, right? Bad costumes, cheap costumes, poor dialogue, poor camera.
Oh, it was so bad. I saw a few scenes from Ant-Man 3. I just wanted to bash my skull through the wall right that time.
And we finally
it was horrible. And I looked at the guy who played Ant-Man.
Right,
I looked up at that.
I gotta ask something here. Y'all
Yes,
all
sir.
watch Louder with Crowder, right?
I try and catch his streams every now and then. What's up?
All right. Look at our guest and tell me he doesn't look like one of the members on Louder with Crowder. Gay Gerald. He's not gay though. He's not gay. Do you watch Louder with Crowder?
I don't. Yeah.
Okay, well he's not gay. Y'all have similar face features.
Thank you so much for noticing. You know how they take movies and they do spin-offs and they do parodies and I saw this X-rated movie last week and it was called My Little Boney. I don't know if you ever saw that one or not.
Oh my god!
That's what's going to happen. The movies are going to go into this vapid, vacuous, just gap of nothingness, and we're going to have like maybe Mr. Bean again or something. And then for about 10 years, it'll be horrible, and then John Wick 74 will come out.
we'll all be 50 by that time that happens.
Not me. I'm already 50.
Oh Jesus, Jay will be 100 then. What?
50's almost 5 years in the rearview mirror, man. What do you mean?
Well, we'll have to buy you. We'll have to buy David and a few other people some reverse aging elixir. Just here you go. Here's the reverse age. It'll shrink you back to 45.
54.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So we started
about
on
that, guys.
the topic with Jacob Chamley, and then somehow we ended up going back on to.
Well, you guys muted and started talking amongst yourselves.
Well, that's because you guys started going back in talking about Mario, even though I hit the
stay on target.
Sorry.
Oh,
man.
that was you. Okay, that was. Sorry about that.
That's a new button. That's a new button that I introduced because we all have a tendency to.
Yeah.
Jesus. We all have a tendency to do this where we mess with Kim.
Sorry, Seth.
All right.
Sorry.
Let's see.
Oh my goodness, it does.
Goodness.
Gay Gerald.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
I can see it.
Yeah.
He said, "Dad." Jeez.
All right.
So
well, it goes back to what we were saying before about distractions.
Right. Jacob Chamley. Now, this is something that we knew a long time ago that he didn't do what they said he did. He's been sitting in there for what? 23 years?
I think right at 3 years.
He was only, I think he was 14 months early.
15 months early.
15 months. All right, so what does he do now? I mean, does he royally go after the government?
Yes. I would find some.
I'm seeing lawsuits happening, like waves of that.
Oh, I have a feeling he's going to be like the next Kyle Rittenhouse.
Call Kyle's lawyer.
Yeah,
He should go after the media.
I think.
You sue them too. Go after Don Lemon Juice. Go after Joy Blowhard. Go after Whoopi off your ass Goldberg.
It's not, dude. You can't go after Whoopi Goldberg any more than Kyle Rittenhouse has already gone after Whoopi Goldberg.
It's Whoopi's already lost all the money.
Yeah, he's done milked them dry. Now it's going to come down to just scraping up the leftovers.
Go after Joe Scarborough and the daughter of that warmonger, Zbigniew Brzezinski. Go after her.
Don Lemon.
Was he charged by his peers or by the judge?
Who?
Judge. No, actually, I'm not sure. How can you say a DC jury is your peers?
That is true, though.
Chansley's, that's his name. Jake. No, what is it? Jake Ansley.
Well,
that's weird.
Chansley.
Right, but I'm looking here on Google and it's Jake Angley.
But what also he should go to sue is the news stations because they highlighted him because he would be a very noticeable person. Actually destroying stuff. They should have got worse charges than him, and they didn't.
Dude, all right, I love Rumble. We've got 46 views on Rumble, and we've got 6 people on YouTube.
So that's a mess up. YouTube shadow ban.
Yeah, dude, it's so stupid.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working in the process of going to Rumble. I have my account set up and everything. Oh, that's my dog.
I thought I was like, Sophie, you better shut your mouth, dog.
But here's the thing though. I think we have a lot for them views. We have to thank Crowder because he has brought people to Rumble.
He really did, and I went on one of his Twitter threads and was like, "Hey, I've got a channel too," and dropped links and stuff like several days in a row. Rumble's not perfect, but it's going places. I think it's going really well.
Was YouTube perfect when it first started out?
I don't know because I really wasn't watching YouTube that much.
I watched.
I
when it
can-
first came out. I watched an elephant video. That's all I watched.
Was it the one where he was pooping and slinging his tail?
Yes. That was the video.
That was so funny.
I can attest because I was on YouTube in 2007 till 2011, and it was literally the Wild West. It was literally the Wild West. You could say whatever you want, go like do all kinds of parodies and everything. It was like no holds barred until the Google merge, and that's when they started. And it was right up until Google like literally plopped their dick in YouTube's ass and really screwed things.
How dare you!
Yeah, you get a little imaginative there.
Yeah.
Well, it's the truth. It's the hard truth. So
Did they use the KY? That's the only question that matters.
Yeah. Well.
no, they did that. They didn't go full lubricant. They just said fuck the lubricant and just went in.
You know, Susan was
That means you're gay.
You know why they gave Susan Lewandowski CEO of YouTube? Because Larry Page used to rent her garage. He was literally living above
I thought it was because she knows how to get down low.
No, yeah, maybe, but when they were out of money, she didn't charge them rent.
Here's the thing I would say. Here's the thing I would say which helping you as a person that makes a show, you can say, hey, follow me on this, you'll get more content. Most of us don't follow it. But the best part about it is he's like, well, that's fine. You can watch it on here, but every time I say something that's going to get in trouble, I'm just going to not let you hear it. So it forces you to go to Rumble if you want to hear the actual show.
Exactly.
It's a good idea, though. Like, I give props to that.
Do you like that? Do you like that suggestive music while you're talking?
Yeah.
Tommy's all like giving out some good word, and I'm sitting here like being a perv.
Yeah, but we're never gonna dance again. So.
But Rumble does remind me of 2007's YouTube when it had its beginnings. So I have a feeling it's shaping up to be good. So I might start integrating all my stuff over there. And once I hit 1,000 subs, no, not 1,000, 100 subs. Sorry, I'll stream over there I'll start all that over there.
Is a clone is no better than it's never as good as the original. So they have to find a way to not to be a clone of YouTube.
Right, but there's a lot of good things that they need to do. I need a history button on Rumble because I can't tell you how many times I've been like 20 minutes into an hour-long video, hit the back button on accident, and then I have to go back in and if I find the video, I have to go back and find where I was.
See, what Rumble needs to do is link up with someone like Pluto TV or something like that and get their app on smart TVs.
Rumble's got an app.
Do they got?
Yeah, they do.
App?
Yeah.
I did not know that. But they need to link with.
They need it so that when the TV comes out,
where there's
it's
television shows on Rumble.
Well, see that the problem that's rights you're gonna have to be dealing with because you gotta get contracts of shows that you can put on there.
Like, couldn't they blend with what is it, Pluto or something that has free television?
I guess they could, but I don't see where that'd be beneficial to Rumble.
Yeah.
But the how-to videos, you always go to YouTube.
Well, I mean, if there would be, and then one thing I like about Rumble, when setting up a live stream or a video, now they have like, oh crap, what's the word? I can't. Hang on, let me see if I can find like because I want to tell you the actual thing. I don't want to tell you something wrong.
Oh, I figured out the sync stuff, so it'll be a while before the rest of my stuff gets on there.
How far did you set it?
As far as I humanly could.
Yeah.
I might have to go back and push it even further if I have to.
Oh, see, I didn't because I knew it would take too long, so I just did it.
I was so pissed
to go forward.
Oh,
I can't find what I'm looking for. But you can put in subjects of like for instance, this live stream on Rumble is going to be listed. Oh, we gained 2 subscribers tonight so far on Rumble. We're up to 142. You can list your live streams and videos under certain categories. So, for instance, tonight's live stream is going to be under entertainment news. Tonight's live stream will be current events, stuff like that. So, by going in and the average Joe that goes in and just types in like searching entertainment, we're going to come up on that feed.
Well, see, and that's the problem with YouTube, and I think that's what's going to help Rumble out. YouTube, even though you type in the exact name, if it's not a popular show, it's hard to find. YouTube pushes who they want to be popular now.
Right.
Yeah, that dates back to the beginning of YouTube, though. There were YouTube algorithms already back before Google took it over.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Plop, plop, plop.
So Rumble's got a TV app. You can watch it. You can watch it over there.
Yeah, Rumble
Sweet.
TV. Yeah.
But where are they? Like, if I didn't watch Crowd or something, I wouldn't even have known about Rumble. Like, their advertisement is very slow.
Dude, I've been preaching about Rumble forever.
Hey, says Mom.
Mom!
And she says 2 minutes behind. Yeah. Yeah, it is. There is slower.
Well,
that's another thing.
The problem, yeah, that's true. The problem is, there's already a carryover from here because we're on a multi-stream service, so we have to broadcast to the different locations. So that's probably why that there's such a delay. But it's cool. It's got its ups and downs. We have been on Rumble for a long time, and we have grinded, whatever. We've done that for a long time. So there's been a lot of nights of uploading to Rumble that has drove me nuts.
I might have to go back and like literally sync everything. I have to like literally push the sync back all the way back as far as I can up until now. That's going to be a lot of fun. I know how to do it now. It's just trying to do the process all over again. That's not what I'm looking for.
See, here's going to be the big problem though. If YouTube backs off of the censorship, let's say they go all the way back to the 2000 YouTube where it was the Wild Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
Would that kill Rumble? Because everybody's like, well, it's uncensored now. And then everybody deletes Rumble or stops using Rumble. And then YouTube goes full on again. Communist Party, technically.
That's a good question because I have a feeling they will do it. I know for a fact they could do it if they really, really wanted to. They can come out tomorrow and be like, hey, we're cutting back all of this stuff and coming out with this. Because they can't they even though they're backed by billions of dollars, it takes just it takes competition, like stiff competition, to really make them panic. Like they have to push the fucking panic button to do that. That's the panic button.
YouTube doesn't have competition yet. They have,
But they will. They will.
Well, see, here's the thing. They got to do something quick because when the 2024 election comes up,
Oh
people
yeah,
are
that's
watching more
right.
if
than
people
they
are watching
are-
more Rumble, that will change things then. Because that's
when competition actually hits hard. Because
that's
a lot
when you
of
get the
people
big advertisers. Because there are advertisers who only do election season. That's when the
Well,
big
you
money
also
will
got to
shift.
look at it like this. When's the last time you saw an advertisement for guns on YouTube?
It's illegal. It's illegal. They call it illegal content now.
Yes. So all your advertisers are going to move to Rumble. So that's one. Anything that's related to religion or
Except the alternatives.
pro-American, really. Like
When was the last time you saw an authentic barbecue ad? Like authentic.
For where?
Well, Texas ribs or something like that.
General stuff like that makes you want to go and do barbecues, like grill commercials, basically. Like
now, are you
authentic
talking?
ones.
Are you talking for? Are you talking for? Like on YouTube or Rumble?
On YouTube.
Oh, dude, my feed is full of barbecue, cooking, all kinds of stuff. I mean, back in the day, our shows used to end with just us just watching cooking videos.
Yes. Yep, I remember that.
Okay.
I went through a spell where like that's all I wanted to do. I bought all kinds of cast iron cookware just to do stuff like that, and it never happened. I wanted to do it so bad, but I never.
Still happen.
It could and it can. I just haven't got around to doing it.
Which I will tell everybody on the show: if you want a good steak, just come to Steph's house and bring the steak. He makes a great steak. I'll admit it.
I do cook good when I want to cook.
Well,
my wife has been cooking lately. My wife is a stay-at-home mom. She takes care of the kids, and every time I get home, there's food cooking. So I haven't had to cook in a long time. I take that back. I cooked gumbo 2 weeks ago, and it was the bomb diggity.
Now, with your wife being a stay-at-home mom, I have a question for you. Are y'all going to, when your kids get old enough, are y'all going to homeschooling or are y'all going to public school?
Perfect transition. You're daggone right, because that think about what just happened in Nashville.
Yes.
I am beside myself on these parents that are missing 3 kids.
Wait.
I mean, that's all. I mean, it sucks for the adults that pass too, but
It's a totally different story, though.
yeah.
Like,
How do
it's
you?
It's the one news you don't want to wake up to.
Right,
yeah.
David, you got school age kids. Tommy's got school age kids. I think
Yeah,
that's everybody here. I know that Dr. Coffin Nails has kids, or younger kids. I don't think they're in school yet. Chad's got like 9 kids.
Oh.
So, like, what are these people like? What are the game plan that? Like, what are your thoughts? I mean, like,
So,
you've got 3 kids that are school age
Yeah,
kids.
I got each kid in each different school, elementary, middle, and now high school.
Gotcha.
So I asked them when they come home, I ask them what they got taught. And if I disagree with something, I will tell them. I was like, I don't believe in that. School, even Salem, which is a very red school, it's got woke in it. I hate to say it. It's I have to tell my kids I don't you as a kid still you can learn the stuff.
Yeah.
You don't gotta embrace it.
Right.
It's your choice.
Yeah.
That's what schools don't want to teach you. You can
if they ask about it,
Yeah.
But you don't have to embrace it and think it's what you don't have to make that your reality.
The thing is, 40 years ago, I got kicked out of history class because the teacher wanted to do the Russian Revolution, and she called it the glorious Russian Revolution. I said, hey, Stalin killed 20 million people. There's nothing glorious about that. And she kicked me out, and she actually ended up getting fired. But you don't get many parents kicking back these days. But
that's ridiculous.
But it's been pushing. It's been pushing through colleges and there's no pushback.
Yeah.
No pushback.
But
These
to get
kids,
back on
you got to push back. You got to teach kids how to push back. You got to teach kids that go to college.
Well,
you got to push back against these. Like, you look at every news article, they have some adjective, like Chanley's notorious QAnon shaman. You know, they always have to add adjectives, positive, and they're got to push back. Sorry.
The issue is we can agree or disagree with the schools are teaching our kids, but we can't do anything. I'm sorry. No, I take that back. It's not that we can't do anything. We cannot. Our kids still have to take the test.
Yeah.
So it's up to us as parents to sit there and say, hey, listen, this isn't like ethically right, but this is what your teachers want on the test. Yeah. So, for instance, I had a I didn't take his class. I was never smart enough to get into physics. But I had a fantastic physics teacher that I was a student helper. It was my study hall class, and he was a fantastic dude. His name was Mr. Galbraith. My mom knows him. He actually lives down in Salem. He would tell people, this is what's I just seen a cord unplugged, and I totally went like, uh-oh, what is that? Anyway, he would tell people, this is what we're going to learn today. It is not what I believe. This is the way that I believe, but because the school has their a curriculum, we've got to learn this for the test. He's like, now, I want to preface by saying this isn't fact. This is what scientific studies have shown. And they'd go on through that and so forth. And then, I mean, it was really good to hear somebody tell kids, listen, this isn't real, but this is what the school wants you to take a test on.
Yeah,
that's what my history teacher did. That's what my history teacher did back in high school, because we were going over the colonial days, and we got to the darker parts. But he literally told everybody, he's like, look, we all have different opinions on this.
Now, my first history teacher, he said the same thing. You know, we all have different opinions on this, but here's a fact: everybody was doing it. And he pointed out facts that aren't in our history books.
See, what got me into politics is actually that I hated it. And I was in school, and my government teacher in high school, I almost got kicked out of his class. And he took me out of the class one day, and he sat me down, and he goes, look, what's wrong? I was like, I don't agree with anything you say. And he straight up told me, he goes, I don't agree with anything I say. He goes, I'm for small government, and I'm not going to dox his name or nothing. He was a great teacher. He goes, but I have to teach you this for you to pass my class.
Right.
I don't get to choose what's on the test.
But see, thankful we have teachers that will tell you, hey, listen, this isn't the way that I believe, and I believe differently than this. You know, but there's a lot of teachers that don't. That's where we as parents come in, and we have to know what's real, what's right, and what's wrong.
He actually go ahead.
Because for instance, I mean, the schools nowadays are and it's the worst thing, because I know some really great teachers, but anytime that I hear somebody say that they're a teacher, my thought automatically comes teachers union, they want to push an agenda.
Yeah. I actually did computer science at university, but one of our professors was actually a political science and he did political science, and he said, right, the agenda is to change government, and he wanted to get us to be activists, and he actually admitted that he got his degree handed to him, that he never did a test a day in his life. This is why they, and I said, if you had to pay for your degree, if you had to work hard, would you seriously support? And he had to seriously, and I think he gave an honest answer. He said, yeah, he wouldn't be on the left if they didn't fund him. There is that selfish streak in there, whether it's the teachers or the professors. There is that selfish streak there that kids don't understand when they go into class. What the teacher's preaching you is pretty much, like you said, it's handed to them, and it's then in their financial interest to tell you that.
Right.
And the thing is and I read a political science book. When the right talks about changing government, they talk about change of leadership. When the left talk about changing government, they mean the bureaucracy, changing the bureaucracy, because the bureaucracy controls the government.
I just hate now. It was hard to see politics in school. Like, you noticed it, but it wasn't all in your face. But
No.
from what I see now with the kids going to school now, it's in their face. Like, you have a side to choose, and you got to choose it now.
Yeah,
and the problem is, you're not. If they want to do that in college, go ahead. I don't care. But let the kid choose while they're young. They don't need to worry about it for one. But
Well, the problem is with letting your kids choose, we're starting to have issues with kids wanting to do things that their parents don't approve of.
I know, I get that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying don't let the school
Influence.
influence it. That they shouldn't. They can teach you about politics, but they shouldn't teach you your moral
They shouldn't
values.
teach you that. The problem is, and a lot of people don't understand this, but teaching Republican bad has been in school doctrines since the birth of the Republican Party. It's not new.
Well, that's the problem is that, see, Republicans usually have kids. Democrats, there's some Democrats that have kids, but it's not as much.
No.
And so they have to indoctrinate from schools to increase their population.
Or import.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the school board in Alexandria, for example, they really showed their political beliefs by covering up allegations of rape and attacks against white people because they're white. They control what happens in the school, and they don't let out into the public things they don't want anyone to know about. So
No.
And yet, if it was a right-wing school, they would be yelling from the rooftops.
Oh, there'd be mayhem.
And wasn't that an illegal immigrant?
Yes, and it's also one of the main reasons Glenn Youngkin got elected governor of Virginia.
Yeah.
So things are changing. It's especially in this state. It's just a slow shoulder
It
to the
is,
side.
yeah, because you're not changing government by changing leaders. You're only changing the leaders. You're not changing the government.
See,
but Glenn Youngkin is starting to change the government.
That's correct.
Here's
That's
one
why they
thing
don't
you
like
can
DeSantis.
tell the up and the up is you look at when it comes to Democratic and Republicans, Democrats move really fast with change.
In emotion.
Yes. Republicans
Emotions.
move slow, so when you finally see it, they've been creeping that way for a while. That's a good thing and a bad thing, because you can see if it's going to backfire, but sometimes it takes too long to get a result, so they just take it away.
Right. What were you going to say, David?
No, so I had the thought, and I think you missed out the moderates and the people in between who blame both parties, right? Because you get a lot of people who run as Republicans in red states. But the thing is, I tell people the difference between the left and the right. The main fundamental difference between the left and the right is when the right don't like something, they usually don't buy it, right?
Right.
The left don't like something, they ban it. And it's different. Same with the Republicans. When they like something, they don't make you like it. But when the left likes something, they make you like it. There is that huge fundamental difference that
makes
don't
sense.
understand.
Because look who's pushing the agenda the hardest.
And that's why Democrats have always sided with minorities, because minorities are fanatical about their likes and dislikes. So they always divide people into groups. And I know people love the founders, and there's a lot of good there, but there were some rotten apples who set in stone the Democrat Party that it is today has always been there. They just weren't the majority from the beginning.
So, now, Appalachian American, I got to ask you.
Yo.
Have you ever experienced basically red pilling somebody? You personally red pilling somebody? Have you got to experience that yet?
Occasionally. I think I've got one. Yeah.
I had it happen last week. I had a 2-hour conversation with someone in virtual reality, and they were drinking the Kool-Aid, the blue Kool-Aid, and just me talking to them, they started agreeing slowly with everything I said. And this past week, he's been in every one of the rooms I created agreeing, and it was actually a really good experience for me.
I have yet to experience that. I don't think. I mean,
I've had it like 10 times in the last 10 years.
Oh wow!
Most recently was during the incident with Afghanistan. One of the people looked at me and he's like, "How did you know that was going to happen?" I'm like, "If you pay attention long enough, you'll see it."
Yeah, the problem is,
like the more you pay attention, the clearer the picture becomes.
Yeah, I remember Crowder talking about Republican pounce. Was it Crowder?
I think so. Yeah, it's either Crowder or Dan Bongino.
I think Dan Bongino did it and Crowder did it, but Dan Bongino had a good long talk, and I think Crowder did it first, and I think that's where I heard it first. And he was right. And I talked to people about it, and until you point it out, people don't see it. It's what I said before about adjectives. People often don't notice the adjectives, how they always insert negative adjectives into everything about Republicans.
Yep. Yep.
Although you never know. I mean, I could have red pilled a lot of people with my videos over on BitChute. I don't know. I get a lot of people saying keep making the videos, but they're banned on YouTube, so I can't bring them up.
All right. So according to White House Grandpa, within 24 hours of indictment news, Donald Trump's raised $4 million, and 25% of those donations come from new donors.
Oh wow!
That's
wow.
They put nothing can stop what's coming.
New donors. That's over a million red pills right there.
Since you bring this up, what do you think Trump's next move should be? We can go around the room if you want.
I think he's going to get perp walked.
No. Yep. Like, do you think he should run on this? Like, make T-shirts.
He will.
He will definitely for sure.
Texas, right move, Texas. Though? He went to Waco. Come on.
Yeah.
He went to Waco in Texas. That's not a coincidence.
I think it's the right move. Like, show them how corrupt the system is.
Right.
That's what he ran on in 2016, saying, "Hey, the
system isn't corrupt. It's the bureaucracy in it. It's the bureaucracy. There's no public pushback against the bureaucracy, and that's the biggest corruption right there. The bureaucrats can do as they please.
He should just sit back. Like he's everything that he said up until now has all come true. And
right.
he just sat back and just like, hey, I threw it out there, and he just sat back and didn't push it any further. And boom, it just came out. You make your enemy do like literally come out swinging with what they've been doing and come out and fully admit it. Now, granted, this is a very dangerous game because they tried to impeach him during president. That blew up in their face. They've been going after him since January 6th. They failed miserably. And they're really banking on this whole thing. However, there is one end game that they have. They are going to assassinate him. Look where it's leading to. If this fails, when it all else fails, they take you to war. When everything else fails, they kill you. However, they're trying to think of a way to assassinate him to where they can get away with it again.
Yeah, they don't want to make him a martyr. That's why they character assassinated Nixon. Because
and unfortunately they act, and that's what they did with JFK.
I dare anybody. I dare anybody who calls either Trump or Nixon a crook to actually name the crime and show me the evidence, because they can't.
Right.
Now,
well, see, that's the thing. Like the whole Watergate thing, from my understanding, he got in trouble for covering up.
But that was his chief of staff. That was his chief of staff, and his chief of staff admitted it was him. They lied about. That's why they deleted the 10 minutes of tape. And you know who deleted the tape? Everybody knows who deleted the tape. Who was the junior lawyer on the Nixon? It was even the Watergate lawyer said this would never go to trial. The evidence has been tampered with.
So let's hear a different a new point of view.
That would be Mrs. Clinton.
That's right. Who deleted 10 minutes? Who was the junior lawyer on the case?
And she got kicked off for ethics violations.
Yeah.
Correct. Now here's a message that I got sent. Stop calling them public schools. They aren't open to public. They're not accountable to the public. They're run by the government. They're regulated by the government. They're funded by the government. And they are controlled by the government.
So, Randy,
that was Tony, by the way. Tony, thanks, Tony.
Let's say you wake up the next morning, you've done grown Trump's hairstyle, you look just like Trump, you're Trump. What would be your next move?
I think he would love to have Trump's hair.
No, I could trick Melania into having sex with him. I mean, that's a no-brainer. That's
I second the motion.
Hold it. First, after you have sex with Melania, if that's successful, number two, I'm straight to the bank.
I know I'd do her again.
We wouldn't see Trump for
once you can't walk, you're onto the phone to the bank.
Once I'm wheelchair bound.
Yeah. Oh my!
I go down to Mar-a-Lago. I'd have a press conference like you never seen before, and I would bring people in from all over the world, not just blow it open, man. Bring Snowden in, bring them all, bring everybody, bring DeSantis, bring the governor of Texas, bring anybody that has any sense at all. Well, DeSantis, I'm not so sure about, but let's get it out in the open. Let's everybody know what happened. This is what happened.
Speaking of DeSantis, did you see what he said when he got picked? When the indictment went out, DeSantis said that they will not cooperate with extradition.
What if he does though? Think about it. That'd be career suicide.
Oh, of course, but that's what leads me to believe the closer we get, they're going to join forces. He's going to be a VP.
See,
I want to see that.
See, I'm curious if that's not the whole plan anyways, because they've been doing baby taps by picking on each other.
Yeah.
Baby taps. They could have gone far worse. So I think the whole plan they've gotten together and say, hey, we're going to talk a little shit. By the end of the day, you're going to be my VP, and then you get to run next.
Well, I mean, even my dad's always said, if he would stop with the belittling, join, they be on the ticket, you would have the full weight of Donald Trump to say, vote for that man. And that would carry a lot of weight because all these people, everybody, I mean, DeSantis is a cool dude, but he's cool in Florida.
But he's cool because of Trump.
Exactly. He's cool because Trump backed him up. Trump endorsed him. Trump.
And he wouldn't have a national stage if Disney had kept their mouth shut.
Exactly.
Trump, like if you listen to DeSantis, he's basically just took Trump's handbook on getting.
Oh yeah.
So like without that red carpet, no one would know who he is.
Well, yeah, that's right. Without Trump and without Disney, if Disney didn't elevate DeSantis by picking a fight with him, he would just be a nobody governor like 40 states. You know, he'd be one of the 40 states.
Or would be a failure of a governor like Stacey Abrams.
What, Randy?
You have to watch Glenn Youngkin. He is very quietly building a really powerful machine, and he's mentioned last week he might actually run for president.
First he's got to do his second term.
Right. I think Youngkin would be a good. I mean, Trump could run with him too. He's a winner. All right, Youngkin's good. I think that Trump should run with DeSantis, and DeSantis should run with Youngkin.
See, that's the thing that Youngkin needs. He's done a good things, but he's got to get his name out there. Besides,
He is,
but he needs to finish it out first.
Yeah.
Hashtag Youngkin's our governor.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Popular as DeSantis.
No.
Yeah. Now here's the thing, and I think DeSantis said it last month, that when DeSantis was asked first whether or not he'd run for president, he said first he has to finish his term, right? Because he's only just been re-elected to his second term. That he can actually, he actually has two options. One, he can run for governor a third time, but he has to wait a full term, right? But another thing, he has to set up a replacement. A lot of Republicans haven't done that. Youngkin's, I think, trying to do it. But a lot of Republicans, you look at Texas, you look at all the way back to Reagan in California, they didn't have good replacements. And then you look at Reagan as a president, he didn't have a good replacement.
Right.
Well, now see, what I'm worried about is Youngkin going to be Republican or Rhino when he gets that power?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Because he's not Trump.
No,
he's a Republican though, but I can't tell what he leans against.
Is he for the Mitch McConnell party, or is he for the Beautiful party?
I think he's America First. I don't think he's anywhere near.
Because
the corporatists actually, you have three parties. You have the unionists and the corporatists and the warmongers. Those are the three you got to worry about.
True.
See, and I'm not talking bad about Youngkin. I like Youngkin.
Well,
but I don't know him.
Youngkin didn't come in like Ron DeSantis, like a just a wrecking ball, smashing through things and doing stuff. Youngkin came in very moderate,
that's what scares me.
Which is fine at times, because you got to think like the majority of the voting base came from Northern Virginia. It always does. Yes. Northern Virginia is very, very blue. His base turned purple this year, got him elected. So it makes sense that he would favor some moderate things. Now, it was moderate in it wasn't that detrimental to everybody.
Now, see, and it also.
What about?
Could DeSantis actually turn Florida blue because he goes too far?
Well, he almost didn't win.
And that's what I'm saying, though, because this whole trans thing, and I agree with everything he's doing.
Right.
But he's gaining followers, but he's also losing followers. Is he doing the good balance?
I think that. Well, see, the thing of it is, though, is you have to take an effect that into a context that the federal government has screwed up so much that people almost don't want to look at local politics as much. They want to double check. They want to see what they're doing, and then be like, look, man, Joe Biden sucks so bad. I'm voting Republican.
Look what happened to us. Look what happened to us in Arizona.
Yeah.
But he just pissed off some company that has the money to help make him lose.
Who?
Disney. Disney's got the money, and he's poking at that bear.
Right. Well, they got the money, but he's also screwed them pretty much. They've taken a lot of.
They've lost $5 billion.
Dude, they've lost. But see, here's the thing: Disney doesn't have that money anymore.
Back then, they did.
They're firing people left and right. They had 7,000 layoffs.
Yeah, they got to cut costs by $5 billion.
They got rid of the head of the CGI department. They got rid of Ike Perlmutter, he was
Marvel.
Right, he was in Marvel.
He's the head of Marvel.
He was the head.
No, wait, wasn't Kevin Feige the head of Marvel?
No, he's the production head.
I gotcha. Let me. I'm gonna Google who that is because he's been popped up a lot.
Marvel has 5 heads. That's what's confusing about the company.
But he's also an Israeli billionaire. He's the guy's been deep and quiet for a long time, and now he's exposed. But let me get back to Youngkin for just a minute. The our owner of our company was on the stage with Donald Trump when he came to Roanoke. I was there.
Yeah, me too.
When Youngkin ran, Youngkin came to our business.
Yep.
And spent some time in the office there with our owner who supported him. And
did you hear what happened with that?
I was there. I was there that day.
Yeah, but did you hear what they did? So the owner, the CEO of our company, he knows that I do podcasting, that I do all kinds of stuff. Youngkin came in, he brought him back there to meet me.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I shook his hand and I made their buttholes like that tight. Because I started firing off questions. Look, when's the next time I'm ever gonna see that dude? All right.
Now would be the time.
Yeah, there's no time like the president to start firing off questions. I'm asking, what are you going to do about 230? What are you going to do about our Second Amendment right? Are you going to cave to the trans agenda? You know, all this stuff. And my CEO of the company is standing behind him going,
because you're asking you're asking the serious questions.
I'm asking
you're holding your
questions because
you have to hold your government to feet to the fire.
So you asked him. Let me ask you this, because I haven't got to experience that. Did he answer it like a politician or like a person you're talking to? Honestly.
I'm sorry. Say it again. Lape texted me.
Did he answer it like a politician or like a person?
He answered it with what he wants to his goals. I said, hey, cool, appreciate it.
You know what I mean by politician? Like
exactly. He wanted to throw. No, he actually gave serious answers. He wanted to get in and go after big tech companies because censorship is wrong, and he rightfully knows it. He said he's been censored many times too. I mean, if you're a conservative, you are automatically censored.
Yeah.
So,
that's what we should start doing. Liberal privilege. That should be a hashtag. Liberal privilege.
Well,
Mom said that she likes Youngkin, but he makes her think that he's a Pence kind of Republican.
Yeah, Pence is a corporatist.
I get, but I haven't got to meet him yet, so I don't know.
Lape just texted me. He said he was sorry for abruptly leaving, but there was some kind of explosion outside.
Oh, are you okay? Is he okay?
I think so. Let me ask you. You good, dog?
What about Mark Rubio? I haven't heard shit about him.
Right now,
he's been very quiet. He's been very quiet, and that worries me.
I don't think he's going to do anything.
No, Rubio's corporatist. So is Cruz.
No, Cruz is out in the open. Rubio is the guy you got to look out for because he's been very quiet, and that's really worrying.
Yeah. Trump tore into both of them, and they whimpered like lapdogs. So
Yeah, apparently my mom messaged me something. Those in charge are lured with loads of money to teach and push ideologies that are from the America Last group. And that I don't know when that came in, so I missed that. Sorry, it was like 10 minutes or so, 20 minutes ago. But anyway,
that's weird because I don't see it. I don't see. Yeah,
But Seth, you have every right to ask those questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you have to ask.
and
that
I mean,
question.
see, I had about 20 minutes heads up that he was going to be coming around. I didn't know that he was coming back to like meet me. Me and the CEO have a weird relationship. He comes back, we talk about pews and hunting and all kinds of stuff like that. And we talk politics because he knows that I'm interested in covering news. So he came back there, and all the bigwigs were there.
Seth was wearing a Beta O'Rourke shirt.
It's not Beta, it's Beta.
Nazi fags.
So
That's the one.
The only thing I hate is Trump's only going to be able to do so many rallies, especially with everything going on now.
Yeah.
That's
why I won't get to actually go. I want to go to one of his rallies. I do.
That's why they're restricting him.
But the only thing is he needs to make a team up. He needs to get some big YouTubers, get Crowder and all them to do one for him. Could you imagine Crowder coming to Virginia and doing a rally for Trump? Would you go to it?
Yeah.
That could get his name out there more.
I would, but I'd stay close to the exits.
Yeah.
Your mic is completely not even registering.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it even connected?
I could hear him.
What's been happening out here? What's been happening?
He is picking Tom. I'm watching the thing bounce around.
The audio meter. Yep.
Tommy's is muted. Tommy's unmuted. Tap on it. It's picking up through his mic.
Can you hear me now?
No.
No.
Look.
So it's coming through Seth. Everybody's coming through Seth's mic.
You should have asked him about oil. Like, what are you going to do about the gas prices? What are you going to do about the rail? What are you going to do about the
Yeah, I want to tell you something
supply.
about the oil price, which may or may not be something you agree with, but most of the time the government can't regulate the oil price because they're actually set 6 months ahead of time.
Right.
Somebody should just tell OPEC to fuck off and give us
that's
a
the
good
problem.
deal.
They signed a treaty. They signed a treaty. The U.S. government should never back the Saudis. The Saudis weren't the legitimate government of Saudi Arabia. They just backed them because they offered the biggest cut at the time of oil. But 11 years later, the Saudi Arabians nationalized national oil. And since then has made $300 billion off the U.S. investment, which has never been repaid.
OPEC is a cartel. Let's just come out and say it. OPEC is a cartel.
It's an illegal cartel. Which is
let's just come out. Let's just come out in the open and just throw it out there and just call them what they really are. Just like the International Mafia Fund. I mean, I'm sorry, Monetary Fund.
Yeah,
they actually are. America should do what Argentina did a while back and tell the IMF to fuck off. Here's $13 billion. Go away.
The thing is, because the politicians, not just one party, but a lot of politicians in DC get their money from banks. But the thing is, they're handing China and Russia huge propaganda wins around the world because they bank banks. Bankers around the world are not liked. And because so many Americans back the bankers, particularly look at the bailouts. And
the bail-ins.
Yeah. The basically Goldman Sachs should have been shut down in the 1930s, but people bail out the banks, because there's
Thank
big
you.
unions. But the thing is, what people don't understand is the unions are heavily invested in both banks and medicine and the military-industrial complex. They're just as guilty as the hedge funds. Where do you think the hedge funds get their billions of dollars from? Your pension funds, and a lot of them.
They got upset with GameStop. You saw how pissed off they got because GameStop, even though that company is dying off, sadly enough, they actually pulled out. They just wowed everybody at the stock market, and the hedge funders, they got real upset about that. However, I will say this: we should never have done the Federal Reserve. Woodrow Wilson is a fucking accident president that should have never been.
Why does everybody talk about Woodrow Wilson? I've been listening. Like World Class BS talks about him all the time. Kendo just hates him.
Well, he's the reason we are in this mess. He backed the Federal Reserve Act. He backed the banks, which brought the 1913.
It's Woodrow Wilson's backing of the banks that led to the financial collapse.
Because 1913, the U.S. Federal Reserve Act was passed for the House by 3 members of Congress. They needed a majority vote to pass it, and it passed. And in 1933, under Roosevelt came out and said, we are bankrupt. And so they're like, okay, USA, what are you going to pledge as collateral as on the debt you owe me? 1935, Social Security. And ever since then, they've been on emergency powers. And guess what? The Federal Reserve has never been audited since its inception of 1913. They almost did in 2008, but look what happened. They got way too powerful.
The Pentagon's only been audited 3 times, and they found billions of dollars missing. So yeah, and again, yet I know the Republicans don't push for that either. But
I got audited by my wife, and she found my charge for shaving Ryan's privates. That was another one of those rip-off movies.
Yeah.
Was that the Axel Braun version?
I think Vin Diesel was in it.
Oh. Now, hold on. I gotta ask this: is Vin Diesel gay?
No.
See, I've heard things online, everything, that he had a boyfriend at one time.
He looks like a dick.
Personality,
you got no room to talk.
At least I look circumcised.
Oh my goodness.
But we're also talking to Seth that is a fan of Vin Diesel.
I'm not. That does not look accurate. Hollywood.com. Vin Diesel slams gay rumor. December 23rd, 2022. Hollywood action star Vin Diesel has slammed rumor he is gay and remains defiant about keeping his personal life private.
I think he had a big.
That means you're gay.
Yeah, I think he had a big. I think he had a breakup with somebody, so that's why they're saying he's gay. And
the Triple X star is notoriously guarded when it comes to his romantic relationship. He explains, "I'm not going to put it out there on a magazine cover like some other actors.
That means you're gay.
I come from the Harrison Ford, Marlon Brando, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino code of silence."
That means you're gay.
Diesel claims he prefers to date in Europe where he's not easily recognized and thinks celebrity dating other celebrities is just asking for trouble.
That means you're gay.
The actor doesn't want people going through his garbage, taking his photo at Starbucks, or making his name into Benifer-style punchlines saying, "It's a sucker's bet."
That means you're game.
His partner's name is Palmora Jemez, and yet he's out dating in Europe.
Yeah.
That means you're gay.
He walks around, he walks out in Europe somewhere, and somebody sees him, and he's like,
Guess what, motherfucker?
Yeah. You don't have a wife for 14 years at home, and then you go to Europe to party.
So let me ask you.
Plop,
and
plop,
this is
plop.
a real question. Let me ask everybody.
Yes, sir.
So, and this is me not picking on nobody, but if you have a friend that's gay, can you call them a motherfucker? Or do you got to call them a father? Honestly.
No, actually, calling them a NMF is even more insulting.
Wait, are they Catholic?
Oh. Oh.
Because that might come into play.
Oh, that's
Wow, I feel the heat on that one. Whew. Actually, it greatly depends. Though it depends because I've hung out with friends all my life, and I've gotten to know that they're. It depends on how they go about it. Like if they're openly gay about it, then that's fine. If they're closet, but they show that they are gay, and it's like okay, and your assumption is correct. I've had 13 of my friends come out to me that they were gay or some fashion of another.
I honestly don't care.
Precisely. I
mean,
told them
realistically,
that, like,
I'm just being.
yeah,
Realistically,
realistically,
tomorrow at my house, there's going to be a gay couple.
It doesn't bother
I don't care.
Yeah.
family members too.
Don't care.
I looked. I
have
told
family
all
members
13.
too. They're not coming. It's friends. You know.
I told.
You're more than welcome to come tomorrow.
I'm gonna.
I told all 13 of them. I'm like, okay, and am I supposed to care? I mean, I'm happy for you coming out and everything, but you're still my friend. I don't give a shit if you're fucking a man, woman, or both ways. I don't give a shit.
But my thing is, it's just a joke. But see here, I do the whole Dave Chappelle thing. If I'm making a joke or something about certain people, I see them. I don't see me as punching down. I see me punching at the same level. I don't know.
That's racist!
Can I tell you?
Well,
a story?
you could probably punch down Will Smith.
What's your story?
You already heard this. But,
Go ahead.
You know, after you have sex with a girl, they just want to talk. You know, and they won't leave you alone, let you sleep or anything. And one time, this old girl and I just finished, and she was like, "If I put on 300 pounds, would you still have sex with me?" And I said, "I don't think you can have sex with a 600-pound girl."
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wait, which one is it? Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
I wish these were named like
if had a digital screen.
Yeah.
Get label.
Yeah, get a label.
Well, he can change them.
Well, the problem of it is, all right. The problem of it is though, is that there is multiple banks.
No, what I mean is,
Oh,
you make
I
yourself a
see it.
sign, so you got it up like this with the actual layouts in big text.
Show me, Seth.
See?
So I have
So you got a
okay.
different bank. So what he needs is like bank 1 button, 1 to 3, bank 2 button, and yeah, just like that. See,
And
every
see, it
time he changes
changes.
banks. So he can't have them labeled, but he can put up a sign like they do on studios.
What is that?
What he can do is just print off a sheet.
That sounded like a pornographic. That sounded like mouse pornography.
Mouse porn.
Well, it's not here.
You could do it from comedy to serious sounds. Like
Well, actually, I have them out here as sound effects, like words, like people sayings, like
I'm kind of retarded.
you know that kind of stuff, to music. and then so on and so forth. Like that's all I've really got. I don't have really anything, and I can do as many banks as I want to. Like it's
Now,
unlimited.
on the screen, do you get to label them what they are?
Yeah, they're labeled here.
Oh, okay, so you got a cheat sheet.
Yeah, I
It's
can
small.
see that there. But see, the thing of it is, though, is I can't see like when I'm on the risers to where I can see levels. I can't see which one I'm on.
With that device, can you hook a HDMI to where that screen's bigger?
No,
Oh, that'd be great.
that would be cool. I see
That
what you're
would be
saying, that would be
cool.
cool. And I have, man, you can hear my stomach gurgle.
I did hear that.
That was weird. on here, I can set my sound. That's how I set my sounds.
Oh.
I do it here, and it'll change it here. So that's the only thing,
Now, yeah, there's really not. That would be so.
That would be cool if you could have it put up. What? Randy, what do you think about our podcast? Like,
Well, I'm just kind of feeling it out, you know, kind of trying to decipher
I can't hear.
the pathways. So far, it's pretty good. I hope I haven't annoyed you guys too much.
No.
They can hear.
No, you fit right in.
No. There is.
And he says, "Don't insult me like that."
I hear him.
What did I ever do to you, man?
You do you, man.
I like to get a guest on that has a different choice in trucks, I guess. Can't say politics because he's agreed everything with that. Bruh. Now, did you watch the show?
No, he's never seen our podcast. We've talked about it. He doesn't care.
He's never.
He doesn't
watched
like me enough to actually like tune in on Friday night.
I don't want him to think, you know, I'm after his ass.
Just don't build time.
That means you're gay.
Hey, did you know that Seth has a medical distinction that most people don't know about? He's the only person in the United States that has survived flesh-eating bacteria because they died from exhaustion.
Oh!
I hate you.
No comment. No comment.
That is a mean man. And it's late.
Yes.
Randy, I think you've got to go, don't you?
Well, could be worse. He could have said they.
No,
died
I'm
of
not
food
kicking you
poisoning.
out for that. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I know you have to be home by midnight.
Or what?
Or your boss will wonder why you're not answering her.
She's in Kansas.
Yeah, but I thought you had the video chat. You had to be home by midnight.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm smart. So,
Well,
final thoughts. We got 8 minutes, and then we'll call it.
Trump needs to make a conference call. Like, talk to people.
He really should.
He's
He
in
should
silence
do
right
a. He hasn't had a what's the word I'm looking? A thing. Come on, man, a thing.
Come on, man.
What thing? What kind of thing?
You know, like a oh god, I'm drawing a blank. A rally.
Oh, a rally.
He hasn't had a rally since he's been indicted, right?
Yeah, he needs to have a rally and see how big he can make the rally. Just like rent
Yeah.
out an airport and see how many people come. Center of the U.S.
Yeah.
And I'll leave you with one last thought, or it's actually a question. Do you know Whitney Houston's favorite coordination? Hand-eye.
Jeez.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
reaching.
Yeah, that was rough.
They can't all be winners.
Yeah.
And now, if you said her favorite tennis stroke was backhand,
FBI. All right, breaking news. Costello from Chuck Costello. FBI informant who marched with the Proud Boys on testifies protests were not coordinated on January 6th.
What?
They
FBI
should move. They should move forward with the indictment.
FBI informant who marched with the Proud Boys testified protests were not coordinated on January 6th.
And the Proud Boys
Testifies
weren't
that the
working.
Proud Boys protest wasn't coordinated. Oh, okay.
All right.
It didn't really
What's
make
it say
sense.
here?
Oh,
they didn't coordinate with other groups, but the FBI coordinate. Yeah, I get it now. When the barriers went down in the building, that there was no signal that went to the Proud Boys, nor did they actually send any text message, according to the FBI sources. But there's two on trial. One's named Aaron, and the other one is anonymous. So they're actually saying that the Proud Boys have put the FBI pretty much on trial, asking them all these questions too, whether or not the FBI coordinated with the DC police. So we'll see that tomorrow, the cross-examine.
My closing thought is, Seth has this little box full of small figurine Power Rangers, and I've been staring at it the whole night. You're going to have to let me see that after the show.
there you go.
It's heavy.
Yeah, they're die cast.
Oh wow,
they're pretty dope. Oh gosh, there's a picture of Spider-Man with a trans flag.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
God damn it!
Wonder what the
have we had enough of that for one day?
Oh, there are 6 people who will never be visible to their families again. #Trans Day of Visibility, and it's the Nashville shooting victims.
Oh,
whoa, cha-ching!
Ouch.
Ow.
I wonder what the comments are on that, because there's 111 comments.
Burn.
Oh, here's a good meme. Hang on, I'm gonna bring this one up and share it right here.
All right.
Share screen. Our hearts go out to the trans community as they are under attack right now.
Oh no. Oh. Every time I see that woman, I feel like my brain cells are just killing themselves one by one.
Did you hear that the African reporter that she refuses to take questions from is suing her for racism?
Ouch.
There you go.
Yeah, he's using federal DC statutes on but did you notice that they never called out Jim Acosta for interrupting Kayleigh McEnary, yet they called him out for interrupting Raggedy Ann 2.0.
Why is every Friday night there a tornado now? There's another tornado in Iowa right now.
Oh,
according to the National Weather Service, there are less storms this year than last year at the same time. But what's happening is that they're announcing them more often.
That's crazy.
Normally, you would never get a national announcement on a local storm.
Wow.
This is not an interstate storm, so it would never get national news. Yet they're giving every storm national news to push the narrative that there's more storms. No, they're just reporting them. Oh, sorry, I can't hear you, Randy. Sorry.
The one he's holding out.
Oh, I'm not talking. I'm just listening.
Oh.
Do you see it?
No.
They're too busy ogling these Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you give me a moment, I'll show you my new
Batman.
I got a new Batman, Spider-Man, and did you see him anime?
It was off.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't. I've been so unbelievably busy, but I would love to see them.
All right.
My final thoughts. Seth, Tommy, you guys are both parents. I wish we had more parents like the both of you because it is severely lacking nowadays. Because and I agree with both of you on standing up for like what is right for the kids. Like and Tommy, I agree with what you've been doing, like asking your kid what did they teach you in school, but you're saying a present to like, hey, I may not agree with it, but you are learning something to a degree, but don't embrace it like as fact, or you get what I'm saying.
Right. Well, the people have to, like we've said before, you've got to be able to pass it on the test, and that's the thing that people aren't are dealing with, is that we've got to learn two different things here. We've got to learn what's on a test, and we've got to learn what's right.
Nice.
So.
Another hot for your thought. There's another reason why the banking system is so bad is because they repealed the Glass-Steagall Act. That's another reason the mess we're in right now. If that was still implemented, the banks wouldn't be able to bail out all their buddies. So until we get a new emplacement in, we're gonna keep getting fucked.
You like that Christopher Ray picture?
Yeah.
My mom
the only solution to banking is to nationalize it. A lot of governments have come to that conclusion because you can't trust the banks. They'll just line their pockets with as much money as they can. They'll loan out as much money as they can to their friends and family. Recently we had I think it was I can't say which bank, but we originally had what they called a national bank. Executive done for loaning out money to people without proper credentials. And they actually said these are laws that don't exist in America. That's why the American banking system is in so much trouble, because there's no laws that stop the banks from saying, oh, I'll give cousin Bob $500 million through a phony business, and the business closes down and they just can't trace the money.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. If you or I stole $1,000 out, we were at a till and we stole $1,000, we could get up to 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, folks, I want to look at me now. We don't need to see Tommy and them. Whatever. Let's get back over here, right where I'm at. Hey, thank you guys for watching. Check out all of our channels. They're all down below. We're out of here. Randy's got to go home so he can get his beauty rest. But yeah, thank you. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks all the viewers, commenters, and stuff over on Rumble. I've been trying to keep an eye on that. We're at 96 views on Rumble.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So shout out to Rumble. You guys are awesome. We're gonna be doing. I'm gonna unlink the channels because right now it's mirroring everything. So this live stream will be up, but there will also be a mirror version uploaded later. So I'm gonna unlink the channels, and we're just gonna do. YouTube and Rumble will be a stream for the Friday night show and Coffee and Gaming, and then it'll just go from there on other things. We can do the last
Twitch is dead?
Facebook. Twitch is dead. Trovo sucks. Which I mean, Trovo's kind of cool, but nobody's on it. It was boring.
I'll have to use Twitch. I'll have to use Twitch for now until I get my PC going, and then I'll fully stream on Rumble with gaming until then.
You can't live stream until you get 100 subscribers.
I have a long way to go.
Right. So what you do is you live stream on your YouTube, and then it'll sync over and carry over the next day. You'll get there, and you need to promote your YouTube, your Rumble channel on Twitter.
I will.
That will help. But anyway, David, thanks for coming. Anime Night, thanks for coming. Tommy and Randy, as always.
A pleasure as always.
Thanks for being here, buddy.
Nice to meet you, Randy.
Fun. It was a good time. All right, you guys take care. Tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. We've got to go a little early because I've got things to do. My kid's birthday party.
Sweet.
Oh, happy birthday.
All right. You guys have a great night. Here's the X video. Bye. Wrong one again. Sorry, dude. It's been an off night.
Bye bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jimbo.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.